You ever have one of those days where you're recording a whole bunch of content and then realize your microphone was muted the entire time? I'm sure it was great. Not that I could hear it. Anyway. So here we are, week of December 14th, the beginning of season 7 of the Archepass is on Thursday. For good or for worse, there is no patch notes, there is no PTS for this season. So unfortunately, we really can't dig into too many details, but we can get into, let's talk through the monthly pass, let's talk through the new advanced pass, which is about twice as much credits. And then let's talk about the latest update from Gamigo when it comes to server transfers and name changes. So there was just an update that came out today about that. We'll talk through that as well. So stay tuned. So let's talk about the season 7 pass first, which is we're calling the Ostrich Pass. So I'm not sure if there's a joke there about head in the sand, but we're gonna go with it. So looking at this pass, they're pretty much staying true to what they said, that while there is some pay to win elements, I guess you could call them, in the premium pass, specifically the diligence, it isn't what I would call earth shattering. There's 250 diligence available in the basic pass, 100 diligence available in the premium pass. Again, not that big of a deal. Credits are on sale right now with the 40% off, so it makes it, a pretty good value. But again, what you really have here, especially with the addition of the advanced pass, which we'll talk about here in a minute, you have a de facto subscription and maybe an even upgraded subscription tier, which gives you some access to some other things. The difference really is between, you have the 3 level of passes. You have the basic pass, which is the one that, there's I think 99 levels for. You basically get some gilda, some basic honor or vocation potions, or some labor rechargers, but really nothing to write home about. Then you have what's now what they're calling their monthly passes. So you had the pumpkin pass, you had the snowman pass, and now you have the ostrich pass, which monthly, being that they're monthly, with the 20 levels. And now you're going to have the 40 level advanced pass, and as again, we're going to get into that shortly, and that one actually has some rewards of a little bit more substance. Let's set aside the ostrich pass. Not very interesting. Nice to have a fresh one to work on because the basic pass is boring. So let's get into the advanced pass. So this is a 40 level pass. The premium version of this, it's a 3,000 credit buy. Again, with the 40% off, it's not too bad right now, and it lasts for a much longer period of time. The rewards here are more substantive when it comes to the premium. Things like serendipity stones. The basic pass has 700 diligence available. There's 250 diligence available as part of the premium version. So nothing, massive, but there is, additional diligence available is part of the premium version. So again, when I look at this, is most of the things are available through other means, honor, soap, etc. You can get diligence is really the only thing that you can get that's unique to these passes, right? So what I'm curious about, there is like the snowman box available. What is that? I'd be curious what the festive sleigh is. That's at the end of level 40. Is it a mount? Is it a vehicle? That'd be kind of cool. We'll have to see. I wish the PTS was available so we could try to look and see what it is. But I'll definitely do an update on after Thursday when we can get a little bit of a view on what this looks like. Otherwise, if we look at some of these other ranks, like rank 13, you get 5 Luna Charms from the premium version. Not a big deal. You do get like Cynthium shards. That's great if you're still upgrading those things. Extra Curios badges. Nice. Not the end of the world. But there definitely are things like serendipity stones, which I would say have become slightly more devalued because of the rock and scroll event, where if you actually maximize 3 of the gems, you got upwards of, you could get upwards over 100 serendipity stones, which sounds like a lot on its face, and it is, but you can easily spend, personal experience included, 50 just to fix one stat. I don't know how many times I got like melee defense or something, or melee attack when I was trying to get something else, right? It was maddening. So again, it's nice because the basic pass I think is pretty boring, so this is a little bit more interesting. there definitely is, the rewards are more substantive. So I in that sense, I'm appreciative of the change from this. I think this is a good thing. So I'm looking forward to that on Thursday. So right now we don't have any other idea if anything's getting released as well from a patch perspective on Thursday. This alone is more content. But what I wanted to get to was the update that just came from Gamigo with respects to name changes and server transfers. They made an update, I'm going to say it was earlier in December, with regards to, hey, we're going to be able to do server transfers on Legacy, and then, Unchained will come later. This update, they just said where everything's are delayed because of reasons. They mentioned Legacy and Unchained in the same sentence. Does that mean the timeline for Unchained is going to get sped up? I'm going to be curious what that means, because I think there's some serious ramifications for server transfers, because you could end up with some servers that are completely broken, and maybe more so than they are now, or some sides are severely unbalanced. So I'm curious if they're going to handle it similar to how they're handling, like, say, the Exile system, where only so many people can transfer between a server or a faction to try to keep things balanced. I'm very curious how they're going to handle that, because it can end up very broken, specifically before the mergers. And is it going to be a cost? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say there's definitely going to be a cost. There's an opportunity for them to monetize this, and I'd be really surprised if they didn't do that. Server merge obviously wouldn't have a cost, but I think voluntarily doing a server transfer, unless they say, hey, we're going to make this server go away and you can pick between these two other servers, or or something like that, I wouldn't expect a cost there. So we'll wait and see when they get some more data. They say in the email that it's going to be after the holidays. I'd be really surprised if we see anything before February, but I'll be surprised. I've been surprised before, so we'll see. So I really wanted to just cover that, because I think it's important. Server I play on Denny has been a bit of a free farm from the sides, but it's still changing too, because there's things right now going on that people's attention's going, and you might not have the same attendance. Things like you have Cyberpunk came out, you have the WoW expansion came out, you also have the holidays, right? We're smack dab in the middle of December. People are going to do things other than playing games, but that could very well change as soon as we get through the holidays. We might be going back into lockdown for COVID. What else are we going to do, right? So stay tuned on that. So kind of a short video, but I really thought this was important to cover. I'll do an update probably on Friday after I get a chance to really digest what's going on with these the Archepasses and the patch on Thursday. So definitely stay tuned. I look forward to seeing everybody online. Gamers, have a great night.